Hello everyone and welcome. So today I'm with the Carry-On piano. After my strangely successful Casio review, many people have contacted me to ask me to do one of this Carry-On piano. I'll actually be doing one with this compared to a fold-up piano too, and I'll put a little card after it. The fold-up piano hasn't arrived yet, so that's in the works. But anyway, let's get on. I'm going to zoom in with this overhead view so that you can have a look at some of the aspects of the build quality of the piano. I'm basically going to do this so it's as organised as possible. So I'd like to talk about the piano, talk about its nature, everything to do without the sound, and then I'd like to play you a direct input of some of the voices and then play you what it sounds like through its speakers as well, so you get a really kind of big overview. I'll also do a little demonstration of what it sounds like with all the key noise, because that was very commented on in my past videos, that people like to be able to hear the key noise. Okay, so let's just pop a different view on so you can see an overhead. I'm just going to zoom in with this camera. Okay, so here is the Carry-On. Obviously, I've deliberately not opened it out or anything like that. So its build quality is metal on the bottom, lots of rubber stoppers, which is really good. I've got a glass table and it hasn't created any damage on the glass table. It's got some really tough plastic to help the electrics go from one to another. Although, however, of course, that is still exposed, so not brilliant. And also for younger ones, or if you've got pets about, that is actually not too difficult to get through. The piano obviously is a nice compact size. Opening it up, it works on this kind of hinge system. So if we look from this side as well, you can see, so the hinges are plastic, but they have a metal pin through them. And if any of the hinges did actually snap off, I think that piano would probably still stay together, because this plastic holding the wires in is pretty tough too. And so that's quite a nice design. The piano does lay perfectly flat, which is super. Just one thing to note, that if you play it, you will get these little bumps in the way, and you might think, oh, how strange. However, these little bumps, you click to the side and you push them down. However, you do need basically two hands to do it. It's really, really difficult, and then you can see that's flat. And the only reason for those is so that when the piano shuts, that this side is the same level as this side, and the keys don't get squashed. So they've obviously thought about the longevity of this, because they want their product to be nice and safe. Slightly disappointing things, let's see if I can show you a good view, is the internal mechanism of the piano. Let me see, I'll try my best to get that. Okay, so here's the internal mechanism. The piano is all totally plastic, and when you push this key down, the whole key goes as a flat entity down, which is obviously not comparable to a real piano. Normally that works on a pivot system. Also, some of the metal that's held in here, the metal is actually about the same thickness as a paperclip, which is very slightly worrying. Okay, so that's enough kind of talking about it. Let's have a look at how it compares to a real piano in size-wise. So let me go back to my overhead camera and I'll just zoom out for you. Okay, so there we have the zoomed out view. Now, you can see immediately that the keys are not nearly as deep. Okay, and personally, that presents a really big problem for me, because when I play on a piano like of a full size, I can play on the white keys, that's fine. When I play on black keys, can you see how far in my index finger is? I'm not doing that deliberately. That'd be about the same for most adults, yeah? Okay, so that's really far in. However, if I try and do anything similar to that on this piano, I've way overshot it, and I don't really have I will fall off these black notes if I don't curl up incredibly. It might not look so uncomfortable on the video, but that's really not great. So I actually can't play some music on this piano, which is incredibly disappointing. Final point I'll just talk about quickly, because I'm sure you'd really like to just get on and hear the piano, is I think this would not perhaps be brilliant for very early beginners. I always recommend that it's good to get a touch sensitive and a weighted keyboard if you plan to go on and play piano to a higher kind of level. And for the money you spend on this 80-90 pounds, for very little more you can start getting these touch sensitive and weighted kind of keys. So I'd probably not recommend them for those kind of age range. What I might say is that this could be good for a professional or anybody actually, who needs to input Midi notes into a kind of Logic or any kind of DAW system. That would work. And also it might be really good for someone who needs a very quick practice with a singer. So it's got a transpose button built in it as well, which is actually really welcome. I think they've done themselves proud with that. So some quite positive things. Let's just go through two negative things before we get on and hear it played. Okay, so the main concern I have is that you cannot change dynamics on it, so I cannot change volumes, and that's quite sad. I didn't know that would be the case. So when I push soft and when I push hard, it is not reacting for the different volumes, so that is a shame. The final thing is, which you perhaps had a very small glimpse of there, is the key noise is disastrous. So here's the key. If I give you a little kind of actually, I better not. I was going to play on my keyboard, but it's attached to my laptop that's recording at the moment. But it is about 10 times louder than that you would get off of a normal keyboard, as in a keyboard from this. You can relate it to a stage piano. And I was deliberately pushing quite firmly. I didn't want to kind of trick you. I honestly think that's awful, to be fair. However, such is the nature of the instrument. Okay, let's have a look at what you get with the inputs from this. So you have, if I hold this up here, hopefully you will see it. So you've got a couple of options here. You've got the pedal, which goes in. I'll show you the pedal in a moment. You've got a protruding on and off button, which is wonderful because it means you don't have to faff around trying to find it. That sticks out quite significantly. You've got your mini USB, but that will do two things. That will charge the keyboard and also allow you to act as a MIDI controller for your computer. And you've got your audio out or a headphone in. However, of course, when you put the headphone in, you will immediately cut all the sound from the actual speakers. Okay, so let's switch back to the other view and we'll do some playing. Okay, so let's zoom out slightly more. Wonderful, so you should now be able to see the keyboard laid across here. Don't worry if there's a little bit at the end missing out. That's not a problem. That's just my view. Let's tuck that in like that. There we go. Okay, so you're going to need a couple of things to get you started. First, it needs to be charged up. It charges up through a wire that's provided in the box, like so. So this wire here, it's literally just a USB to a mini USB. And that goes in the back, and that will also connect it up to the computer for you. You also get this in the box, which is a little chart for if you'd like to stick that on your piano so you can find your notes. It's got some numbers on it, which is a little bit strange. I've never seen a chart with numbers throughout. You get your manual, which is great. And then I have a feeling there may be a world record coming up. You get the tiniest pedal I've ever seen for a piano in my life. If you think of the size of my hand, that pedal is minute. Now I do have quite big hands. I can stretch an octave and a fifth, so that's from a middle C to a G above that. So I do have quite big hands, but that is a miniature pedal. Okay, the pedal goes in via a 3.5mm jack. Quite sturdy, the pedal, to be fair. And then we need to connect it up to our computer. So how do we connect it up to the computer, you say? Well, I'm going in with a 1/4" jack into my mixer, and on the other end is another, I have to hold it in front of my face because it's got face recognition, is another 3.5mm jack. And that's going straight into the headphone port. So let's have a listen to some sounds. Okay, so there's the problem that when I play, you might hear the keys from the microphone. So I'm actually going to cut my microphone off so you can just hear the piano on its own and make your decision about what you think about the internal sounds. Personally, I was very surprised at how good the internal sounds were. It gets a big thumbs up for me. Very, very big thumbs up for the internal sounds. So you can see perfectly pleasant with that's on the number 1 setting of the left side of the keyboard. I will show you the left side of the keyboard, but now let's have a very quick direct comparison to now it not being direct and it coming through its own internal speakers. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You can see there's a big difference, but you know it is what it is. The speakers are small. They've bothered to try and put the speakers on either end. You know they've done a pretty good job. I've bought this out of my own money, so I could do the review, but also so that I can perhaps use it like exactly in hotel rooms. Quick accompaniment of a singer. My big gripe with it is that it does not do different dynamics. That would be so good if it did. You can change the volume from the left hand side, obviously. But I mean that when I push soft, when I push loud, it doesn't react, yeah? The addition of the pedal is a big surprise. I like that. I was very shocked how well that works. I actually think that pedal works better than the Casio pedals you get given with their pianos, you know, the little square ones, which are under about 600 or less pounds. That's what they give out with those. I think this pedal is better. It grips to the floor. It's got a nice click. It's just reacting very, very well. And it's small underfoot, so it's not taking up too much room, which is nice because that's in keeping with the piano. So positives there. It's not all positive though. Some of the sounds are abysmal when they're only heard through their own speakers. So if you are going to use it, obviously you wouldn't gig professionally with this. But if you are going to use it, I'd say pop some headphones into it or use it through a mixer if you wanted to record anything to demo it. Or of course you can use it to control a door's sounds. So for this review, I'm going to disregard having its speakers. Yeah, if you use it through its speakers, it's terrible. You couldn't really show anything to anyone. The only time that might be possible is, say, if you need a keyboard. If you're a teacher, you need to take a keyboard to a school for private piano lessons, and the students using the piano, and you don't want to share, especially with COVID. And then you could say, "Oh, here's your note you need," or "Here's a little demo." That would work. Anything else, I would say, no, it wouldn't work. Through its own speakers, yeah? So let's keep the idea, we'll stick to headphones. So I'm going to put that audio back in so you can hear the quality that the piano's kind of built to create. Okay, other bonuses of the piano. Well, it works on battery life. The battery life is slightly unknown. I watched some YouTube videos before I did my own one, and everyone seems a bit confused about battery life. I'm feeling that for me using this review so far, I've had it at least 4 hours worth from opening it out of the box, and there's been no problem. So I've used it for about 1, 2, 3 hours. Then I've jumped into doing this review. So we can say it's got a good at least 4 hours. Sky's the limit. Obviously on their website they will say something, but listening to reviewers is a really key thing on the battery life, and of course battery life will decrease. So if I give you battery life now, say it's X amount, you might think, oh brilliant, I'll get it. You know, after 3-4 months it's going to start getting less anyway, just like our mobile phones, although they probably a longer span, but you get the idea. Okay, let's have a look at this control panel on the left so you can see what's available. Now the way the piano flips isn't entirely helpful. So here's our control panel. I think probably be quite good if I zoom in there. Just give me one moment. Okay, so here's our control panel. So you've got your numbers at the top, which is a digital display. You've got your up and down, which does your voices. You've got a voice button, so you press the voice button, then you go up and down. And then you've also got a transpose button. Let's pop this into a different screen so it's a little bit more comfy. There you go. Okay, then you've got your transpose button, which is wonderful because it means you can use it with a singer. You've got your accompaniment, which means it cuts the bottom half of the keyboard so you can play chords and then you can put your melody up the top. I will demonstrate that. The demo button obviously is as it is, it just demos what it can do. The tempo button will allow you to change the tempo, which is tempo means speed, of the accompaniment, and also of the metronome. And it doesn't tell you the like beats per minute, but it does give you a up and down kind of thing, and you can work that out from the manual what they mean. So you know that's okay. And there we have the metronome button, which just seems to be trying to do metronome things now. Let's just turn that off. Okay, and then you've got the dedicated volume up and down, which again is welcome, which is really nice. Let's open it out and let's show you some of the other sounds. Let's just attempt not to squish the wire. Yeah, but it's pretty easy to manage, really, to be fair. Let's pop that back to the view so you can see the piano again. I don't normally tend to zoom in and out during my views, but I think for the nature of this, it was quite nice for you to just see it all right there. Okay, so let's pop the volume back on the piano. Oh, we're still on metronome. And I'm going to go through a few different sounds for you, okay? I will also do the accompaniment too, so don't worry, I haven't forgotten that. And I think so it would be nice to hear this without the key noise, so I'm going to cut my own vocal mic, and I'm going to go through the different sounds on the left. Okay. Although, to be honest, you know what it sounds like without the vocal mic, and even through headphones you can hear those keys, so I'll keep it on. Let's keep this realistic. Piano sound number 2. 3. 4. It's rather cool, isn't it? Piano sound 5. Oh, it's lovely roads. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Please. I am saying beautiful. I mean, beautiful for the price range, just in case you're a purist. You know, I do know what real roads will sound like. Okay, number 6. It's pretty nice. Number 7. Number 8. It's a clavichord. Number 9. Oh, wow. I don't know what that sounded like for you, but that might sound quite good for you guys. In real, that isn't the best sound I've ever heard. Sounds like one of my old. Could do a bit of Mario on that, couldn't you? But I won't, because I don't want to get demonetized. Okay. Number 11. 12. Oh. Oh, nice. They know how to do a vibraphone. This is better than some of the Casio sounds, you know, in the S100. I'm really surprised about the quality of these sounds. Really surprised. What happened? Okay, well, I was surprised. Now I'm disappointed. That was ironic. Okay, number 15. Oh my days, it's getting worse. Okay, number 16. 17. I wonder if you could slide it. Pretty good. 18. Little drawbar. So when you start doing fast stuff like that, I will cut the mic. Going to quite like this. Okay, number 19. Call this the space effect. It's kind of weird. They've got normal organ, strange thing, organ. I think you'd go organs in order, wouldn't you? little bit of vibrato. Okay, number 22. Good, 23. Oh yeah. 25. 26. 27. Pretty nice. 28. Now, I've just tried to use some black notes there. I find it really difficult. It's a real struggle, honestly, to use black notes, especially with my thumb and my pinky on it. What do I do? These are just hanging off. I can't go around. There's just not enough space in it. Whoa, suddenly. Full marks for effort. Not quite sure if they've got those sounds right. That's nice. 34. It's a bit like Guess the Sound. That's a bit of a jazzy guitar. Quite like that one. 36. Oh yes. Elton John. Could use that one in the Rocket Man. Actually used to work on the Elton John Experience, so very familiar with those sounds. 38. Banjo or steel guitar. I'm surprised at some of these. That's actually not bad. For this kind of cost, you're basically getting a little bit of a sound engine as well. The vibrato's a nice touch. Let's not mistake it for anything other than what it is. You know, it's budget sounds, but, you know, you can have good quality budget sounds, and I'm impressed. 43. 44. So that one to me sounds louder. You'd think they'd balance it, wouldn't you? So that the sound you get is the same volume as what you're expecting. It's pleasant. It's quite nice. I wonder how fast you can play on this. Oh, not bad. That's surprising. Okay, so the keyboard action is good. It's just the question would be to ask is the longevity, how long that's going to last being that good. That is good. That is very, very good. Is it me, or just every time I say something's good, then there's an awful sound? What? Why is there a timpani in the middle of the string section? What on earth? Okay, we're now at 51. 52. 53. Oh! That's nice. Use that in churches, think. Oh! Don't know if that links in my sound. It links in my voice. I just invited the Glee cast over. Okay, 55. Interesting. 56. Really? Orchestral hit. Oh, Sean. Gonna do this single. Good. 60. with a mute. Meant to be like a baritone euphonium. Some synth class. The polyphony on this is pretty good, so it's catching all those notes I'm playing. 66. 67. Bagpipes, I think. 68. Bagpipes and brass. 70. I'm getting there. 128 to get through. Nice, 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 nice. Not entirely sure why there's an organ. We've gone back to organ. Strange, huh? Flute. That's actually amazing. So I know they're fixed sounds. Normally when you go up high on a keyboard, especially with kind of flute sounds, it goes really, really piercing. It might be a bit piercing, but that's pleasant. Good job. And another organ. They just stick the organs in wherever you like. More organs. Panpipes, strange. Another organ. Oh, it's Tetris time. Oh no, I don't want to get demonetized. I'm not going to play it, but that's so cool they put that in. I like that. That's number 81, that. His gaming mode. 83. Yes. 86. These are quite unique, some of these sounds. I'm feeling like I can play faster and faster the more I do this. I'm getting to like it. 88. Pretty good. 89. So like, that's really, really, really detailed. Okay, I'm really, really, really impressed with that sound. There is a lot. And if you do keyboards a lot and you're watching this, there's a lot going on in that sound. They've nailed that. Good. Less good. Number 92 now. 93. Another organ. Why not? That's nice. 95. Here we go. 96. 97. 98. 99. It's like when you feel a bit dizzy at the fairground. Number 100. 101. 102. I don't know if you can hear that. 102 is very quiet. But it gets louder. Oh, and it changes? What? Oh. Okay, I thought that one might do it too, doesn't it? 104. Oh. 105. Sitar, I think. Yeah, that works well with the polyphony. It's quite a fast keypad, isn't it? $109. $110. $111. Oh. Possibly that's because they know they don't have a wheel, a pitch wheel, so they've put something in. 113. Yep. 14. Very dead sound, isn't it? 16. 116. No idea what that is. 117. And like the orcs are coming in Mordor. Okay, now that's interesting. It doesn't do that well, does it? At all. I did it fine. It's jumping between notes. Might be a problem with that sound. Number's 117. 118. Doesn't do it there. See? It's not bad, that. 119. 120. 121. I'm not understanding some of these because when would you use that with this keyboard? If you're using it for the practice that it's intended, that they advertise it's intended. I don't follow that. Okay, 122. 23. So it's quite nice. Call this the fun section. The bird gets bigger and bigger. It's the largest bird. To be fair though, that's quite nice, isn't it? In the middle. Okay, 125. On telephone. Definitely the fun. Ah, 127. Pleasant. 128. That's clever. So it's basically a gunshot, but they've changed it into that kind of DJ sound. Nice. Okay. Then back to number one. So they're just demonstrating how easy it is to, or not, to do arpeggios. Okay, final thing, let's have a little look at the accompaniment. So the accompaniment, I won't do all of them, but basically from your F sharp down, you get to pick a key. That's interesting. What on earth? Right, okay, so it's accompaniment in a different key to what I'm pushing. This. Something wildly wrong there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. Okay. So the key is wrong in the left hand, and I have to change what I play. Okay, that's kind of disastrous. They've messed that up like mad. If you just use it though without an accompaniment, then it's okay. Got a couple of different sounds. You see what happens if you put it. I have to play in G. Is it what I missed something here? Okay, so it's only one note recognition. Wonder if anyone else has had that trouble. Must have done. One note recognition for the finger touch is really strange. Well, it's not strange. It's just the final kind of thing you try. Five. Six. So if I want to change the voice, then put my voice to a different one. Okay, number 7. Number 8. Yeah, another 7 rhythm. It's now stop. So when you press accompaniment, it goes off. There you go, there's number 7. Number 8. Number 9. Ten. 11. Okay, number 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. Just give you a little test of all of them. 18. 19. And it holds your key as you go. You don't need to repress it, so that's kind of cool, because that means that you could potentially just switch the rhythms whilst you're in one key. 21. Don't know how many of these it has got. 22. 23. 4. 25. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I'm just having a look in the manual so let's see if it tells how many there are. 25, 26, 36, sorry, 36. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. Lovely, lovely that one. 59. Very busy, and you can speed these up and slow them down as you need to. 60. 61. 62. Looks like we're into the Latin salsa section. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. It'd be interesting if some of these accompaniments match the sounds that they've designated in the same number slot. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. Almost there, guys. 98. 97, sorry. Madness has set in. 98. 99. 100. Well done, you made it to 100. But then this is really helpful. If someone deliberately wants to listen and you're thinking about buying the piano, if there's a specific sound you need for the accompaniment, I haven't seen anyone do the accompaniments for it. So 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, that's nice, 24, 125, 126, 127, and 128. It cycles all the way back to 1. Okay, so that's good. The only thing that I have issue with is that they cut your keyboard off from the F sharp. So you can't play any of this, and you can only use this, right? However, because it's only sensitive to one finger at a time, why didn't they just only use the lower part, like here, and allow you to use your keyboard all the way down? Because you're only using one finger anyway. That would be way more sensible. Someone has... It's common that you cut from the F sharp, but if you're doing a single finger style, and this only has a single finger style, you should really bother to do it the other way around, because they've given you this large keyboard to use, and then they've limited you from here. Okay, so overall thoughts. Sound quality when it's just its own speakers is bad. Sound quality and variety of sounds and variety of accompaniments is exceptional for the price that you pay. 128 accompaniments and 128 sounds on individually. That's you can start seeing why it's the cost that it is, when the build quality is perhaps not amazing, but it's the internal mechanisms in the electrics that they've spent the money on. 2, longevity, I have no idea. Like I said, it's literally like a paperclip thickness of metal that's holding all these keys in. Or the flip side of that, the company is now fairly well known, so replacements for certain things could be doable. Plus, if you get it from Amazon and through their own website, you get warranties as well, so you've got that too. I like the connectivity. It worked first time, there were no issues. The battery life so far, now I'm saying with looking at at least 5 hours worth of battery from the first out the box, so it's never been charged from my point of view, which is good. It works with Midi seamlessly. It goes through into a mixer seamlessly, so there's all very good kind of views there, and you get a pedal with it too. So lots of positives for it. There are some negatives, of course, which we know, but you're not going to be looking at this thinking that you're going to go out gigging with it or use it professionally for anything. My recommendation for if you're someone with my kind of experience, that you would use this only if you really, really need to, that you can't carry any extra stuff. You can't get a roll-up piano. Yeah, so that kind of thing for inputting MIDI data or quickly remembering a sound. But now apps on phones, quite often composers I know, they'll quickly just do something on an app on their iPad, so they'll get that information. So I'm not quite sure where this is placed in the market. The only thing that I really struggled with overall for the whole of this, like trying out this piano, was this one thing here. Let me turn it off and I'll show you. Okay, I really, really struggled with this point here. Let's zoom into this because I think this is really important, then we'll finish the video there. Okay, so I could not get this to flip up on one side. So it flips up this side, yeah? But this one here is basically stuck. And the point of these... Hey, it's released. Okay, well, I will say the truth, I promise. Okay, so it oh. Okay, it's now loosened. Right, it was stuck when it came out. So that's good. But then they're also now... Okay, now it's really, really floppy. So it's kind of lost its... So there's some kind of issue going on with this part here, right? Yeah, it's either really floppy or it was totally stuck. I haven't broken it either. I was really gentle with it. And the left one obviously works well. When the piano is put like this, unless you've got big nails or something, you can't really access this to bring it up. I'm not quite sure what they're expecting us to do, right? So yeah, and those parts, let's try and dig our skin into it. Those parts are needed for when you put the piano away. So they're done my piano. And by the way, if you try and pop this up, yeah, when the piano isn't sorry, here we are. If you try and pop this up when the piano isn't folded, that isn't great, yeah? So what you need to do, fold the piano slightly, then when you click the bits, it will pop up for you. And you can shut it. Ta-da! Let's just zoom out one moment. So thank you very much for joining me and watching the review. This has been the Carry On Piano, and hope to see you again for another one soon. If you have any questions, please ask in the description. Like I said, there'll be another video, a considerably shorter video, just comparing this to the fold-out piano, for which one I recommend. And please do like and subscribe so you can see future reviews, and also if you want to see me doing performances, that'd be wonderful for you to watch those too. Okay, so thank you very much for sharing your time with me, and I will see you guys soon. Hope you have fantastic days. Bye, everyone.